Hi, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Liz and I share journaling tips on YouTube specifically aimed at neurodiverse people and people with chronic illness. Today's a little bit different. I'm setting up March in my daily prompt journal and I'll be using these stickers from Graceful Muse Paperie, and I currently have a choice of 2 kits. I'll show you those before we get stuck in. The 2 kits I have are the Creative Retreat and then one called Novel. So let's take a look at these. Right, what do you get? She does 3 bundles in a monthly subscription style, which means you save a little bit of money, or you can purchase them individually, but you do run the risk of not quite getting everything that you want. So one of my bundles has a vellum paper, which you'll see, and the other one doesn't, because these were sent individually and not part of a subscription. In this you get a double-sided decorative paper. One side is foiled and the other side is a little less decorative but ties in with elements from the other side. So that's really beautiful. I will use that. Then we have a journaling card where the font is also foiled, and that all ties in with the same decoration as the decorative paper. So that's nice. You can use that as a dashboard or as a piece of wall art, or anything that you want to use it for. It doesn't have to be stuck in your journal. I'm just going to grab some white card. The stickers and everything else just show up a little bit better there. You do get a half sheet of foiled vellum. Also, this doesn't have to be stuck in your journal, but there are a lot of ideas on YouTube on what to use that for. These are the freebies. They're printed on a clear vinyl, so they are waterproof, but I would be gentle with them. I'm not sure how well the adhesive will hold up if you, for example, put them on like a Stanley cup and you're washing it quite frequently. So you get a typewriter and a key. They are quite large, so if you were to stick them in your journal, they would take up quite a bit of space. So I would bear that in mind. Or if you're not wanting to write too much one day, then they would be really ideal for that kind of situation. We're going to move on to the actual stickers. Now, in this bundle, you get a collection of 22 sheets of decorative and functional elements. We'll have a look at the decorative pieces. So you do get a variety of smaller deco and larger deco. You can see you've got kind of smaller, medium pieces and then a page with 2 large pieces on. And all of these sheets are nicely foiled with gold foiling. I've not noticed any discrepancies in the foiling at all, and these are printed on a washi paper that have a clear backing, so you can see exactly where you're going to be putting your stickers. And then we have some florals. Again, you have the bigger florals, the smaller florals, and you have some foiled, some non-foiled. You can use them across all of your spreads nicely and they all go with the decorative elements. And we have more decorative elements and some decorative strips, and then those bigger decorative kind of boxes they're printed out as. You also get some washi strips and some much smaller pieces of deco. So you've got the large pieces, the kind of medium pieces, and then you do get smaller pieces, like if you want to set up a weekly spread or something. You get corner elements which are pre-cut, so you don't have to worry about sorting that out. You get these functional pieces. You get 3 sets of date dots, 3 days of the week, this month, and then a bunch of functional boxes to write important dates or something on. Some ink blotches and some more functional elements. And then finally, you get a tearing washi sheet, some washi strips, and some foiled washi, which lay really nicely over the top or underneath decorative pieces. So all of those pieces on that foil sheet are just foiling. And then lastly, you get a kind of foiled deco where it's like line drawing of decoration. The next kit is the Cozy Retreat kit. I'm not going to go through and talk about absolutely everything you get again because I have just done that. It's the same style kit, but in this one you get this piece of nice vellum there that's printed and foiled on one side. It's quite a thick vellum. It's good for tipping into your journal or using as a cover page, something like that. You get everything else in here is the same, so the journaling card, the freebies, the A5 foiled vellum, and all of the sticker elements are exactly the same, and you get the same 2 freebies, obviously all in the style of this kit. I did choose 2 kits with much darker colours. I do like the darker colours, but I'm not the kind of grayscale person. This is the first company I've had stickers from that have done foiling stickers. I've been a bit dubious in the past because I was worried about how good the quality of one, the sticker printing would be, and then two, once it's been foiled, is it then going to ruin the artwork underneath? But Graceful Muse Paperie do a really good job of incorporating the 2 elements together to make wonderful pieces. If anyone is interested in her products or her subscriptions, I will leave a link in the description so you can go and take a look. It is very much worth every single penny. I will order again from there. I actually have an April subscription coming, so I can give you all of you of that when it comes. I think the only issue is if you have a collection of kits, I personally find it quite difficult to decide which kit I'm going to use for which month. I get a lot of decision fatigue and I just want to use all of it all at once, and yeah, that's not going to work for your monthly journaling if you want to keep it cohesive. So here's a look at everything that's included in those bundles. This is taken straight from her website. You can either pause the screen or come back and take another look at the end of the video. So now we're moving on to actually decorating the journal, and I'll be using the Cozy Retreat kit for March. So let's go ahead and get March set up. Okay, so I'm just finishing up with these little decorative pieces, some butterflies and some little foiled elements. And then we'll go into a little flip through of how March is looking. I will do my journal prompts on the corresponding days. So, once a day comes along, I'll write the journal prompt in then. I just can't be bothered to actually go in and write them all, and I want people to see them for the first time when they appear on social media, because I do post them as daily shorts on YouTube and also on my Instagram, which is at Cauldron and Quills. I'll leave a link in the description just in case anyone wants to follow. I leave like pictures of my journal in there and stuff like that, just what I'm doing. I am a bit rubbish at keeping it up to date, taking photos and posting on there, so just bear with me with that. But this is how March is looking. I have used those vinyl stickers in there, which do take up quite a lot of room. But that is everything for this week. If you've liked this video, please give it a like. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.